Hello, everyone. I hope you are well. We're going to look at the Star Child Tarot. This is the Akashic version, and it has that extra Akashic Records card. I did purchase this deck from someone who was rehoming it, and it does not have a guidebook. And at this point, I'm kind of wishing that I had bought it new from the website, which I will put a link in. I don't get anything for that except the satisfaction of knowing that you're supporting this artist who really does deserve our support. When I teach the tarot, I start with your birth chart. So, what is your life path number? Mine is 10 or 1. And so I always have to look at the Wheel of Fortune and also the Magician to see what those look like in a deck so I can see if this deck is going to work for me. And that's kind of why I started this channel, because when I was looking at a deck, I couldn't see the cards that I wanted to see so that I could know if that deck was relatable for me. So in other words, whatever your life path number is, if you're a 6, I would have you look at the Lover's card and learn all about that card. And then I would have you look at the 6 of each of the different suits and learn about those cards. What do they mean? How do they feel for you? And the great thing is there's a million different ways to learn this, and none of them are wrong. And you have to just find something that works for you. Now, the 4 of Cups was especially a significant card for me. I just liked the card in this deck. So I pulled the 2 cards that I liked, plus the Wheel of Fortune card, and I kind of tweaked the exposure on them so that you could see them a little more clear. At least I hope that was the effect that it had. Anyway, the next thing that I would do is I would look at your sun, moon, and rising signs. And if you're a Pisces, then I would have you go through the suit of cups, which is relatable to water, and think about how each of those cups relates to you and what you see in those suits and how that relates to your sun sign. And then I would have you look at your moon sign and your rising sign and relate each of those things to the cards and learn them that way. So that's why I wanted to be able to see each card, and I wanted anyone who was interested in buying a particular deck to be able to see each card so you could see how they relate to you. And like I said, everybody reads different. This was just my way of looking at it, or one way that I look at it. And so I wanted to see all the cards, and I thought maybe it would be helpful to other people if they could see all the cards. The creator of this deck is named Danielle Noel, and she does have her own website. I will link it in the description. She has several different decks. This is the 2nd edition of the Star Child tarot deck. I think the other one has a green back on the card. She has a couple of other decks, which I now have decided that I'm going to purchase from her website so that I can get the guidebook that comes with them, even though I don't use the guidebook an awfully lot. But sometimes when you see a card and you're like, yeah, why? Or in this case, she's changed the suit of pentacles to crystals, and it would just be interesting to see what her forethought was on that and how she came up with that change. So in that case, the guidebook can be pretty useful and significant, even though I don't really usually go to that for the meaning of each individual specific card. Now, this deck is pretty true to the Rider-Waite-Smith system. I love the history behind those decks, and that would be a whole nother video dive. But I hope you found this enjoyable and helpful, and I want you to remember most of all that you are loved.